I remember the look in Robert's eyes the first time he sat across from me. He was 62, a retired contractor from Ohio, strong hands, calloused from years of building homes for other families. Yet he could barely look me in the eye when he whispered, "I just don't feel like a man anymore." His voice cracked. He told me how he started avoiding intimacy with his wife, making excuses about being tired, pretending to sleep early, scrolling his phone under the covers until she drifted off so she wouldn't feel the disappointment he felt every day. Robert isn't alone. I've spent over 30 years helping men who carry this silent shame. Might be one of them waking up with less drive, less firmness, less desire to even try, because the fear of failing feels worse than not trying at all. You tell yourself it's just aging, that this is your new normal. You should accept it. But what if I told you that the key to reversing this feeling isn't in a prescription bottle, but might actually be hidden in a healthy food that's silently strangling the very circulation your manhood depends on every day? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you completely contradicts everything you've been told about so-called healthy foods and what it really takes to reclaim the drive, the vitality, and the confidence you once had. Let me tell you about Michael, 58, a high school teacher from Arizona. He jogged every morning, tried to eat clean, and stayed away from fast food. But every time he looked in the mirror, he saw a man who was shrinking inside. When he came to see me, he admitted it had been almost a year since he had been intimate with his wife, not because he didn't want to, but because he was terrified of letting her down again. He blamed himself, thinking he wasn't trying hard enough, that he needed more discipline, more willpower, another diet, another workout plan. But the truth is, Michael's discipline wasn't the problem. It was the so-called heart-healthy, whole grains and vegetable oils he was flooding his body with every single day. Here's the science in simple terms. Your manhood depends on blood flow, and blood flow depends on nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and expand. But certain polyunsaturated oils and processed healthy grains trigger inflammation that damages the endothelial lining of your arteries, making it harder for your body to produce nitric oxide naturally. Without nitric oxide, your blood vessels can't fully relax, and that means less blood where you need it most. Michael was unknowingly starving his manhood every day in the name of health. When we identified and removed these silent circulation killers from Michael's diet, replacing them with nitric oxide-friendly foods that actually support blood flow, he didn't just notice physical changes. He stood taller, spoke with more confidence, and told me he felt like he got his life back. The transformation wasn't instant, but it was inevitable once the real root cause was addressed. Then there was David, 67, a retired firefighter from Florida. David was on multiple blood pressure medications, always tired, and had completely given up on intimacy, telling himself it was part of aging. His wife would kiss him on the cheek every morning, and he would turn away, hiding the hurt in his eyes. He tried blue pills, but they gave him headaches and made him feel flushed and anxious. He didn't know those pills were only forcing blood flow temporarily without addressing the real problem: his body's declining nitric oxide levels. The silent circulation killers in his diet were making it nearly impossible for those pills to even work properly. I showed David how the foods he thought were heart healthy were actually harming his endothelial function by making simple changes, removing hidden offenders. In focusing on nitric oxide support, David didn't just experience better circulation. He told me one day, "Doc, I actually feel like I can look my wife in the eyes again." His energy returned, and the man who had quietly faded into the background of his own life was back, fully present. I share these stories with you because you deserve to know the truth. You deserve to know you are not broken, and you are not too old. The reason these tips and small changes worked for Michael and David is that they address the real problem: poor circulation and nitric oxide deficiency, not just the surface level symptoms. And here's the hard truth: while these tips will help, they are only scratching the surface. The deeper issue is that, as you age, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide declines sharply, and the foods, environmental toxins, and even stress in your daily life can further choke off this vital molecule your manhood depends on. This is why, even if you eat clean, exercise, and do everything right, you might still struggle. It's not your fault. I need you to understand that the path forward is not about chasing another quick fix or a temporary solution that masks the problem. It's about restoring the body's natural ability to produce nitric oxide, which is the missing link in your circulation, your vitality, your confidence as a man. And because I've seen too many men suffer in silence, I've prepared a free presentation detailing what I call the blood flow restoration protocol, showing you exactly how to support healthy nitric oxide production naturally, step by step. You can find the link in the description, and I encourage you to watch it after this video, because it might just be the turning point you've been looking for. But before you go there, I want you to understand one last step that will make all the difference in your journey. Most men wait, hoping the problem will fix itself. They tell themselves, it's just stress, just age, that maybe next week things will improve. But deep down, there's a fear that this is the new normal. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be. You see, your body is designed to thrive. When it has the right environment to produce and sustain nitric oxide naturally, this is what keeps your blood vessels flexible, your circulation strong, and your manhood alive. So it gives you those confident mornings, the energy to engage with your partner, and the drive to lead your life fully. But the modern world is working against you, flooding your system with seed oils, hidden sugars, and stress, all of which constrict your blood vessels and lower nitric oxide production. Most men don't realize that without nitric oxide, your body is fighting with one hand tied behind its back. Let me tell you about Alan, 71, a retired airline pilot from Texas. Alan had always been a man of action, but in the last few years, he found himself sitting on the sidelines watching life pass by. His energy was low, intimacy was non-existent, and he felt invisible in his own home. The moment he realized things had to change was when his grandson asked him why he was always too tired to play catch. Alan had already tried prescription solutions. They were temporary, leaving him feeling drained and defeated afterward. When we shifted his focus towards supporting nitric oxide and repairing his endothelial health, Alan began to notice the difference within weeks. His mornings started with energy. His confidence returned, and he felt alive in his marriage again. He wasn't chasing a quick fix. He was addressing the foundation of what makes a man feel like a man. The truth is, if you're not addressing nitric oxide, you're only managing symptoms while the real issue continues to drain your vitality. It's like trying to water a garden with a hose that's pinched shut. You might get a few drops through, but you'll never see the full bloom. That's why I created the blood flow restoration protocol, to guide men step by step in restoring this critical molecule naturally. It's about giving your body what it needs to thrive so you can reclaim your drive, your intimacy, and your confidence without fear. You might be thinking, can this really work for me? I've seen men in their 50s, 60s, even 70s who felt defeated and invisible transform into vibrant, confident leaders in their own lives again. Not because of a temporary bandage, but because they addressed the root cause. You deserve the same chance. And I need you to hear me now. You are not broken. You are not too old. This is not the end of your story. There is a path back to the vitality, intimacy, and energy that makes life worth living. You can be the man who looks in the mirror and sees someone alive, ready and capable, but you have to take the first step. I want you to click the link in the description and watch the free presentation I've prepared for you. It's your first practical step toward reclaiming the energy, the drive, the man you know you can still be. This isn't about chasing your youth. It's about stepping into the strongest, healthiest version of yourself now. You don't need to keep avoiding intimacy out of fear or shame. You don't need to keep living each day wondering if this is all there is. I've dedicated my career to helping men like you because I know what it feels like to see that hope in their eyes when they realize change is possible. I want you to wake up with energy. Look your partner in the eyes with confidence, and live the life you deserve with strength and vitality. Click the link, watch the presentation, and take this step for yourself. Take it for the people who love you and want to see you strong and fully present in your life. You've been waiting long enough. It's your time to reclaim your vitality, your confidence, and your manhood. Go now. Watch the presentation and let's get you back to the life you deserve.